It's always a challenge for us. Part that we need to see if the game's going to succeed on whatever we ship it. Usually that's PC, that's where we start. But sometimes we'll start a game and actually build it for the iPhone. We've got a couple of things in the works that we might start on the iPhone, but right now the iPhone is such a great platform. We really like it so much that pretty much everything that does well, we take it to the iPhone as quickly as we can, and we do all that work actually in Europe now. So. It's a lot more work than people think. I mean, we take a lot of care because we're pretty particular about sort of how things feel and look, and so I think like Plants vs. Zombies was pretty quick for us, but that took probably 5 or 6 months to get that one finished. Bejeweled took even longer actually, probably because we were trying to add new modes and connect to Facebook and doing some things with that. So it really varies by game, but with us we like to take as long as it takes to make sure that the game is good. So. Well, you know, the Java Brew feature phone platforms that we call them feature phone platforms have been very good to PopCap. Bejeweled has been very successful. A lot of our products have, but they're very fractured. So there are so many various platforms that it's hard to sort of say there is one. The wonderful thing about the iPhone is there's one, and it's been incredibly successful. I believe Bejeweled's probably the best-selling app of all time on the iPhone. You know, it's been in the top selling lists since the first month that the iPhone came out, and that continues to do well. And of course, Plants vs. Zombies has done really well. So I think the iPhone's probably our best platform, best mobile platform now. But we have high hopes for some of the Android things and Windows Mobile 7. So, you know, this is going to be a year where gaming on mobile is going to be quite exciting. I mean, there's a lot going on, and it's going to be good for everybody, I think. They're all they can come from anywhere, and typically they'll come from a producer or a game designer who's been thinking about something. Peggle started out as trying to do something with maybe pinball, maybe pachinko, they weren't quite sure. Plants vs. Zombies actually started out as a sequel to Insane Aquarium, and kind of made a few turns here and there, and for a while it was Aliens vs. Zombies, I think, and then, oh no, Aliens vs. Plants, because he wanted to do a gardening thing, and then George decided that aliens were too smart to be able aliens would always beat the plants. If they could fly in space, they could always beat the plants, and so he was struggling with new things, and somehow stumbled on the zombies, and it was the perfect match because the zombies were stupid enough that the plants could beat them.
Right.
So there's no answer. It's always some crazy mix of things. You know, I think that as with all of our games, we're very proud of the polish and the replayability, and that, you know, we try not to cut corners. We try to make them all real games as much as we can. But, you know, it always pains us when we can't include something. You know, with Peggle, we couldn't include the music in the first version of it, and we're dying to fix that, and we'll do that soon. And with Plants vs. Zombies, some of the content from the PC isn't there, and we're going to be adding all of that. But I think really what I love is that that they really are real apps. You know, we don't like to have the kind of throwaway things that you see sometimes. You know, it's because we want to be proud of what we do and try to make it worth the couple of euro that people pay for them. It's you know, we hope that they're getting a huge value for their money and not thinking they got a sour deal or something. We're constantly working on those things. I can't say much about it, but, you know, we'll adapt some of our current offerings to the iPhone. We'll expand what we're doing on the iPhone now. And, you know, our key franchises, we try to have all of our key franchises on as many platforms as they make sense. And so, you know, Bejeweled and Zuma and Plants vs. Zombies and Peggle will make their way onto every viable platform that we can do it. And so, and then we're also doing some new development work that may start on the iPhone first. So you may see some games that actually hit the iPhone before they hit other platforms.